Hi there, this is Lyra, and this is October 20th, 2018. Welcome to the Parent Advocate Network. In just a moment, we will have our friends join us, and we're going to talk about ways that parents can continue fighting for their rights to be parents. So if you'll please join us tonight, and we can have a lovely, lively discussion about this and offer some solutions that everybody can implement. And we hope that you will join us either tonight, or we have this meeting every other Saturday on the first and the third Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so that would be 10 Eastern Standard Time, I believe. And so, one moment, please.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? What's going on? My audio is
Yes, I'm driving.
Yeah.
I'm driving, so I can't do the phone thing.
Oh.
Network.
Maybe we should schedule a time when you are available and not driving, that we could do a Zoom meeting. I was thinking of making these meetings earlier in the day, actually, because I know that there are people on the East Coast that are not able to be up at 10 p.m., are too tired to be talking. I know a lot of this is very stressful for many parents and families, and one of our focuses is on helping with the emotional support and counseling and therapy. And so I'm so glad that you have joined and that you want to help in that department, because that's a major issue with a lot of parents right now. I'm looking at posts showing parents who are giving up because they have lost an appeal and don't know where to go, and it's too expensive to be paying for a lawyer, and they're so stressed out and they don't want to look at the paperwork that is of their case and all of the deposition reports and all of the other discovery and letters and stuff that came from CPS. But that's what we need to be encouraging these parents to do, as hard as it might be. And a lot of that brings up a lot of that pain and heartache, and so it makes it that much harder for a parent to fight for their rights after they have lost an appeal or if they have had a TPR and don't know where to go. And we have solutions. The Parent Advocate Network has been discovering and sharing solutions with parents to go to the next level to fight and appeal, but we want to be able to provide more support for these parents, support in an emotional and mental capacity. And Kelly is joining us tonight. Kelly, hi. Is your mother with you? Hi, Marge. Welcome. Hi.
Welcome. Hey.
I'm so glad that you were able to join
How are
tonight.
you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing a little bit better than I was. So
Yeah, you were saying
I've been sick for a while. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit better than I was. So yeah. Yeah, she's doing a little bit better, but she's still having. She's been sick for a while too. So yeah.
Well,
I'm having problems with my cold.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm glad that you're doing better. Were you able to get any in-house services through the welfare department, in-home care assistance for?
No, but we got somebody. We got somebody helping us. I clean house about like once a week. So yeah, and reorganizing the house too. So yeah.
Well, that's
We
good
got
to
that.
hear. I remember you were having a little bit of difficulty with that.
So Mama can see her son.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got that too. We got some. Like there's this lady that comes about once a week to the. I'm here to help us clean and all that stuff. So yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, that's good. I hope that you were saying something about a letter that you had received from social
Yeah,
services.
yeah. Let me go get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Kelly,
Let me go get it real
yeah,
quick.
that's fun, that's fine. Kelly has been unable to
Yeah.
see her son in 2 years, correct? Has it been 2 years now? Yeah.
Actually, it's been like
Yes,
yes, it has 2 years. Yeah.
It's been a year, and it was a year in the.
Excuse me.
It was a year in May, so it's going on a year and a half.
Wow. Well, I am praying for you and hoping that you're able to get the advocacy you need in your area to move things forward. Have you been able to connect with Veronica recently?
No, I haven't.
No,
We haven't talked to anybody because I've been sick constantly, and Kelly's been sick, so
yeah,
it's been hectic around here.
right.
So we need extra help for Kelly and Marge. We need extra help and prayers for Kelly and Marge at this time. They are going through a lot, and there's very little help. They're in Missouri. And what town are you in, Kelly?
Lee's Summit, Missouri.
We're in Jackson County.
Jackson
Jackson County, but Lee's Summit, Missouri.
But the main everything is in Kansas City. The DCFS and all that. They're in Kansas City, Missouri. But it's Jackson County, Missouri Division of Family Services.
Wow.
Okay, this is the letter she got. This is okay. The Council on Accreditation, COA, is conducting an accreditation review. The Missouri Department of Social Services Children's Division and seeks your assistance. COA is a national organization that sets standards of quality service and sends teams of experienced professionals to visit organizations to see whether they meet these standards. Since you are currently using or have recently used our organization's services, it would be very helpful for COA to know what you think about those services. To start the survey, call the toll-free number contained below or follow the link below to take the survey online. Note when you are prompted, please enter the organization code below. And then it gives the toll-free number. Do you want it?
Well, I can't put it here, but if you can send me the information on that, if you can send me a copy of it, you know, through the email.
Okay.
And I will read
But
it over because it sounds like they're doing what the ombudsman has been set up to do for children, but this is for the agency. So, you know, the ombudsman group, which is established in most states, I don't know if it's established in every state, it's set up to investigate possible.
Oh, this is, yeah.
But so that's what I'm just trying to explain what the ombudsman group is, and then this is the what you're talking about is a nonprofit that does standardized regulations, you know, checks to see that everything is up to code and regulation and that they're doing their job. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but they also they need accreditation right now, and this is whether they're going to get it or not. DFS. This is good. This who gives them accreditation.
So this is the board that gives them the accreditation to.
basically they're saying okay, they're wanting people's feedback about CPS and everything.
It says the Missouri division, the Missouri Children's Division is in the process of accreditation review from the Council on Accreditation, COA.
Okay,
So they have to, here's where they get their accreditation from.
Right.
So this is, you know, if the people complain, maybe they don't get the accreditation.
Right. Well, and that again goes back to the number of complaints that are valid complaints that are sent in to show that it's not doing the job it's supposed to do and should not be given be accredited.
Right. But it's all across the state, because this is the Missouri Division of Family Service, Social Services, so this would include the whole state of Missouri.
Yeah. And so, you know, like remember when we had Pamela on in June and she was talking about how we need to be filing complaints with our local attorney general and the Department of Justice, and they have to be civil rights complaints, and that when we get 55 complaints, whether they're linked directly to one case or multiple cases where parents' civil rights have been violated, it doesn't matter. It's the number that goes into each county attorney general's office, each county. So, and then what happens is that county has to report to the state Department of Justice. And then they're supposed to do an investigation. The FBI is involved.
Okay, now.
So this is kind of along the same lines as what you're talking about with this accreditation evaluation.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Is this still going on? I haven't heard anything about it.
It is
Nobody's
still
talking
going.
about it.
No, of course nobody's talking about it. You know, and Pamela is not.
No, but I mean on the internet, not the.
Okay, so what I understand is that there is a lot of suppression on social media networks, and that's why we have such platforms as this Zoom chat room where we can talk about things that you can't just post, you know, and so somebody would have to go through the entire video to try to deny or prove anything, you know, is unpostable. Okay, so they're not chatting about it in the chat, but we're talking about it on video conversations like this, and then we're sharing it through the social media, but through the videos, so that it just adds another layer of, not exactly firewall, but
okay.
I don't know, a veil, I guess. It's terrible that we have to think in those terms, that, you know, we're talking about doing this in secret and sneaking around, but this is the way our society is now, that people are attacking people for just the possibility that they might be going against the grain, against what status quo is. Mm-hmm. And I just watched this movie. I wasn't sure I wanted to watch it or not. It's called Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
no, I haven't.
It's an animated kind of thing, but it's not just animation, it's also reality. And the moral of the story is the only thing that's real is life. Life is real, you know, and when we connect with others, we are able to make our life better and make the lives of those that we are connected with better. you know, when we are able to connect and work together. And that's what we're doing here, is we are connecting to work together in different ways. You know, not everybody can join on the Zoom video chat. I'm working with Fernando on a Family Rights 101 booklet, and I'm working with the Family Rights Party on some forms that people can file on judicial council review, to recall votes, to recall legislation. And so, you know, there are things that we're doing in all different areas, and I want everybody to you know, get involved any way you can. I mean, we put together this poll that has different options of what things that every parent can think about doing and helping with this family rights movement. And this helps parents and families and our children and everybody when we work together and, you know, organize in an organized manner, because CPS is organized. I mean, David Jose showed
Oh,
that
yes.
David Jose showed that it's a hired agent, it's a hired entity. It's not even a government entity. It's a hired entity that the government hires to do the administrative rule. So it's kind of like outsourcing mental health or outsourcing physical health. That's what they're doing, you know, with CPS. And so when
what about the legal help?
Well, and
The legal help for
that's a part of, yes, the organization.
the
And we have, I mean, there are advocates out there that are helping. Like I say, Fernando and I are working on a Family Rights 101 book that we're going to be sharing shortly.
what do you need for that?
I'm sorry?
What do you need for that? Do you need for that?
Well, well,
Because I know he was wanting more information on different laws for people to send him information.
Right.
I just wondered what, you know, if there was any, I'd like to keep track of that.
Well, so what we need to
I'd like to keep track
is have, yes, more organization. That's why I put out the poll for the different positions, different volunteer opportunities that we have. So we have the website manager, we have therapy and counselors. Scott Taubold is our psychologist, registered psychologist, and he's working on a program to provide units for grad students who want to become psychologists and psychiatrists. When they work with the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families and do his workshops, then they get hours that are accredited toward their bachelor degree, I believe, or no, it would be a master's degree. I apologize. And so then what I'm talking about here is it takes a lot to organize this, and it's not a simple thing. And so, you know, we have the poll that we're collecting names and people who want to be involved in anything from advocates helping parents filing complaints to emergency aid for families to advocate training teams to outreach administrator and to the legal department. You know, we want parents to be getting their laws there, you know, on court procedure. So the local laws on court procedure. So that's going to be your county laws. Okay.
now.
And that parents need to study up on their own county's court procedure, because whenever you're doing an appeal based on a failure to the judge's failure to make a judgment and follow through with procedure. You know, it was what procedure was not followed. What procedure did the judge fail to
I guess
follow through?
in Missouri, I said in Missouri, I guess, I don't know. I feel like any court you go to in Missouri, it's almost hopeless because they've sold out the DFS. They've totally sold out the DFS. The appeals court was a joke. They didn't. They followed what DFS wanted. They ignored different laws that were pointed out, and so now we're waiting for the Supreme Court of Missouri. But I don't. I guess right now what we're wanting to do is, I'm wanting to get our judge's name out someplace, somebody to look into him, and this caseworker and the guardian ad litem, because what they did is disaster.
Okay.
And I'm getting ideas of different things to do, but like what's his name, David
Jose?
Dave, whichever.
David Jose, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, he had a show. He had a video in which he talked about the way a judge signs their name. But the only thing is that I missed it, but I didn't find a way to find out where the judge's name would be located. And I tried several places, but I couldn't find the Missouri judge's signatures. So I was kind of wanting information on how to go there and look into that, because I guess what I'm thinking is I'd like to have people display kind of a walkthrough of where you go, what you do after you find out the information, so that you know what in other words, so I know what I'm doing, because I mean I went where I thought I should go, but it didn't work. So
Yes, Marge, I understand your frustration. I was wondering, have you been able to read through any of your material, any of your deposition reports, your your
yes,
6-month
I have. And one of the
reviews?
things the one thing I know is that I got misled, and I led you down the wrong path, because it's basically a case really against Children's Mercy Hospital, and then it went to DFS. It was, and in the two testimonies from people from Children's Mercy Hospital, to the lawyers, through our lawyers questioning, it was pointed out that their testimony was strictly hearsay, because neither one of them had actually seen Kelly working with the baby. And
Okay.
so then
Yeah.
he asked for a dismissal on that basis, and the judge refused to do it. So, but the whole thing is around Children's Mercy Hospital.
Well,
Children's Mercy Hospital is one that made the decision. She
right.
didn't know what she was doing.
So, but one of the things you had
So
pointed
it's
out early on is that there was a failure to have a warrant served before the removal of your son. And you need to look for the strongest piece of your civil rights that have been violated, the strongest evidence that is irrefutable, because that's what makes your case. And that's what we've been learning from David Jose and from Chris Hallett and from John Gentry and from Fernando and from all of these other parent advocates that we've had here on the Parent Advocate Network in the past, and just continuing to remember that what is the strongest case that you have that your rights were violated and that this case should be dropped or the motion vacated. Now, that was another piece of very important information that I've shared a couple of times here, and it was shared by Brian Van Aken, and he was on Facebook a little bit earlier, and we said hello. And so I want to share that with you, but I do not have that right now in front of me, and I can send you a copy of it. I have printed it out and reading through it. One of the most important things that I have discovered in reading this is that I need to be looking at local case law, local court law, all of my local laws and regulations, and seeing where the regulations were omitted or not even recognized by CPS in my case. And those are what help with the foundation of your case, to fight for your children, fight for your child.
Are you including in that? Yeah. Are you including in that the state law?
Yes. And we want to, you know, every state has a constitution. Parents need to be reading their state constitutions. Parents need to be reading their judicial procedure for their counties. Okay, you need to know what it is that they are supposed to be doing, and you already know what they did do, and so you need to find the chinks in their armor, so to speak, because those are going to be the support of your case, along with the civil rights violation. Again, civil rights violation here is that your child was removed from your care without a warrant. Whether or not Children's Mercy Hospital called CPS, it was that lack of a warrant for removal. That lack of warrant for removal. And you can look at teachings that Sean McMillan has provided and that other advocates have provided on this, but that civil rights violation in itself is your keystone, your cornerstone, and that's going to be what wins your son back. I know, because parents all across the country have been fighting and using that one and have been winning on that. And Sean McMillan is in multiple litigations for parents who were not served a warrant before their children were removed. And I know that there are other lawyers out there as well that are working along the same lines. And that's what we all need to be keeping focus on here. So.
Oh, but the other thing, well, the one thing is that I ask our present attorneys to challenge that, and their attitude was that was taken care of previously. We're not going to go there. We're not going to do anything or have anything that has to do with the past, because it was switched in the middle of we did three different sets of attorneys, and none of them wanted to go back and attack that. I pushed that since the very beginning, and I saw in California there was an $800,000 what do you call it?
Settlement?
Award, but anyway.
It was a settlement?
They got this couple of $800,000 in Los Angeles because DFS or CPS did not have a proper warrant.
Right, exactly.
So I'm no
so it is
as
working.
I said, no.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I tried to tell him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what?
It's what?
What were you saying?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I didn't say anything.
And we don't. I didn't know what.
What was it?
You didn't say
you didn't say anything? Okay. Well, she said you said something, and I didn't.
Oh, I thought you said something.
Sorry. But then they also this They also have you listened to videos that say that the family court isn't really a court. And so I want to, they said it, but I want substantiation that that's exactly what it is.
Okay, well,
What's his name? Not David Jose, but what is his name? I can't think of the other guy's name.
Fernando?
Who is it? Our friend.
No, it's not Fernando. It's another one that I don't know. I'll have to listen again. But he's been pushing the fact that it's not. Or it could be David Jose, but he's been pushing the fact that they really aren't. They really aren't. They really aren't supposed to be making legal decisions.
No,
That's what I
they're
understood. Now,
dealing with
maybe I'm wrong.
administrative law, and that's why we need to go to the higher courts, to the federal courts with this, especially if it's civil rights violations. And there are the 13 districts of federal court, so federal Supreme Court in your area is going to be a different district than mine, and you
It's
should look it
District
up.
10 here.
I'm sorry?
It's District 10 here. I'm
Okay.
here in Kansas City.
And so that's where you, and before you go there, you need to be writing down your affidavits for each incident, including what happened at Children's Mercy Hospital, because that is included in the report. And so, you know, but you need to be writing up an affidavit statement of facts on the violations, your civil rights violations. And again, I go back to, you need to make sure to read your state constitution and your local judicial laws and judicial procedure. Okay, you need to be looking at those while you're going through your documentation, because that's going to start giving you a ground foundation of where they messed up. Okay, and then you need to, each time they made a mistake, you need to write a statement about what really happened and what civil right was violated. Okay? What constitutional right was violated? I know this is a lot, this is really hard for anyone to do. I forced myself when I was going through the state Supreme Court. Now I'm going through the federal Supreme Court at this point. But I forced myself. I sat for a whole month and just read through everything I could. That I had 4 boxes of documentation, and then I had transcripts, and I have to go through it again because I didn't do the affidavits one by one. I did a whole stream of information, so it wasn't accepted because these courts, all of these courts have a specific... I'm sorry?
All of these, each time they did something that they weren't supposed to, you have to make that separate?
Yes, each one, it has to be separate. Yes, and you have to state the law, and then so state the law and what the violation is.
Okay, but what if the caseworker 5 different times did not follow the judge's orders? Now, can you put that all under one, or do you have to put that separate?
You have to put each one separate, okay? So, and what is the violation? It's a violation of judicial order. So what is in your county, what is the judicial procedure, okay? What is their regulations, their rules in the court when, you know, and what are the violations? What are the penalties for those violations? And that is by your county, what laws your county court didn't even uphold. And then you also, again, need to be looking at your SDM for your state. So that's the manual for the DCF, so CPS, or whatever they want to call themselves at the time. Okay, so all of these.
I had a handbook that they gave here in Missouri, but I could not, and it didn't say in that handbook, I could not get it clear whether it was illegal or recommended, and I couldn't find the answer. Nobody would come up with an answer of whether, because there's all kinds of things they violated in that, and I don't know if it's illegal or it's a recommended procedure, but it's a handbook for children, for parents of children in alternative care. It's for the Missouri State Division.
Okay.
It is, and I've been through that over and over and over, and nobody pays any attention to it. In fact, some of them don't even know it exists.
Okay, so usually what these SDMs have, the SDM meaning the social worker directory of, I forget what it's called exactly, but it is for CPS and DCFS, or whatever they want to call themselves, what their rules are in your state. So each rule will have a number above it, and it will have a title. And it's legislation or law, it's administrative law or rule that the CPS and DCFS have to go by. And that each state has their own. And then there's the national manual, which is linked to in a few places on our site at the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families.com, and you can find it there, or also on our Facebook page at the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families. We also have our Facebook group, the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families, that we invite everyone to participate in. And we have many different topics of discussion in the group that are related to family rights issues. We have political conversations going on where people are running for governor or mayor of a state, and they are promoting family rights. We also have the Family Rights Party, which is in the state of California, asking for other states to join us at the Family Rights Party. So you can visit thefamilyrightsparty.com for more information on that. And we have another attendee joining us tonight, and it's Veronica, and I'm glad you were able to join us tonight, Veronica. Welcome. We were just talking with Kelly regarding her need to be looking at her state's constitution, reading up on that, reading up on the CPS rules and regulations and judicial rules and regulations in her county. I can't hear you either. No, can hear. Oh my. Maybe, I don't know if you can get a message through the chat group. Let's see if I can send you a Facebook message. Perhaps you can get it there. Let's try. Maybe, Veronica, you will have to log out and log in again. Not on my end either. I'm sorry. Right? They're trying to keep you muted. Why? You have all of the information. Come on. Well, Veronica, I hope that you get my message on Facebook. Try again. sometimes this platform does have issues because there are multiple devices that link in to the Zoom platform. You can link in through cell phones, you can link in through just a phone line, a laptop, an iPad, an iPhone.
Tell me.
Is her thing
Lyra.
muted? Lyra.
Yes, yeah, Lyra. Her thing is muted.
It is muted. Well, can I hear you now?
Isn't working.
Can I hear you now?
Laura, I
Lyra.
forgot to connect to the Yes. There, I forgot to connect to the audio.
Ah, that's what it was. Awesome.
That helps.
Yes, it does. Welcome.
So how you been?
Have I been? I'm done. Don't you see me getting attacked on Facebook left and right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tell fake stories. Okay. You know, good thing I don't have a gun because I might blow my brains out. Okay.
And that's
Okay.
what
I
we
don't know if you
want
saw
to
that I just found. No, but I don't know if you saw that I just found that in 2008 they knew my son was autistic, David, and that they were supposed to have him diagnosed. Okay, but they were stealing federal funding for preschool disabled children.
Oh my. Wow.
My two boys were involved in a major lawsuit, New Jersey Disability Rights suing New Jersey Board of Education.
Ah,
Now, you ready for this?
go for it.
I gave them permission over the phone, and I signed it on April 21st,
Wow.
2010. To flip it over, kindergarten ready, but will need to be reevaluated for special education. Then he's still disabled, you idiots.
What?
How'd you get away with that? But now wait, I went to New Jersey Disability Rights in 2015.
Yeah.
Filed a claim. My son's IDA Act was broken. Okay. But here, April 11th, 2016, Educational Law contacted New Jersey Disability Rights because I filed bullying charges online against Gloucester Township School District, Yale School, and Winona.
Wow.
Guess what? I got yelled at by my advocate the next day.
Uh-oh.
I said, no, I didn't call them. They contacted me. And I got told how well documented my children's records were. They were amazed. So if my children's records are that well documented, why hasn't anything been done?
Right. That's the question.
Because guess what? You were supposed to be overseeing it all along. You've all been involved in stealing the federal funding money since the 2000s for preschool disabled, now for the special needs children, and I've got the paperwork to prove you're been segregating them since 2015.
Wow. Well, that's great.
I've got enough to, and nobody, but wait, I can't get anybody to help me.
What? Really?
You got to see. That's what I'm saying. You're not seeing everybody freaking attack me on Facebook.
I haven't seen it.
Nobody will. I can't get a lawyer to help me. Nobody will freaking help me.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
There's so much corruption.
Yep.
I had the Dr. Worthington from special education call me one day and had the balls, and she's a woman, to tell me that I have a time limit. I said, you kidding me? My signature was forged on federal documents going to the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. Guess what? Your time has just run out. And I hung up on her.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we want parents
And the reason
to know
she called me,
no time limits on civil rights violations. There is no time limit, and there is no immunity either for social workers.
And not on forgery.
No
immunity. No, and not on forgery. Not on forgery to declassify 2 disabled kids that I had the state of New Jersey in my home for 2 years working with me.
Yeah.
Okay, not one complaint. But all of a sudden, the school breaks some laws. I catch them. I'm warned not to tell anybody.
Mm.
Too late. And then the principal's called straddled on top of them. I think the nice threat, touch my kid again, I'll be at the police station. Well, guess what? That police station's now been shut down. Because my last arrest,
Mhm.
my family couldn't find me. Not one federal advocate could locate me in the system.
And we were looking
I
for
made
you.
it. My sister had to pay $15 as my legal advisor, as she's a lawyer in Indiana, to make sure I was still alive.
What?
I made it to the law library to find out I didn't belong there.
Right?
And I just recently posted paperwork that I was supposed to have been out on August 31st. The timestamp and everything. And my so-called public defender said there was an administrative error of a $10,000 bail. Who are you working for? Not me.
Wow. Right? Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So if you can't tell I'm being set up, there's something wrong.
Well, and
When you're in the law library and they're telling you you don't belong in there, and I've got the freaking Constitution and it says you cannot be jailed without an indictment. I've got what an indictment looks like because my son, the person that my child's a victim of violent crime, I've got that indictment. It tells you the date of the indictment.
Mm-hmm.
This bogus indictment's got shit added that's not on there. My sister even told me what I was in there for was a misdemeanor.
Wow. What?
Failure to stop. But here it's going back to something that a judge in Isham put a $500 arrest warrant on me for. But when I was pulled over in Belmar, they didn't do nothing about it. I was staying in Williamstown, Best Western. They wouldn't do anything because it's illegal to do. I had the federal paperwork. You can't do that. And I refused to plead guilty to driving without a suspended license because the judge illegally suspended it. And he tried to tell me motor vehicle did. But guess what? I told him, I'll be back again. And in November, I had all the paperwork. I said, June 21st, you lied on that bench. I told you that I didn't have a home. My license was illegally suspended on April 20th. I said, and that I was paying $595 a week to keep me and my two disabled sons. They were sitting there. That I lost custody now. Oh, you're in debt. I said, oh, no, stop right there. You're going to let me finish. You didn't want to hear a word I had to say. You didn't care. You were still making me pay that ticket. And I told you I'd be back. I wasn't paying that. And you were dumb enough, again, to suspend it again. That's another $250,000 penalty.
Wow.
By the time I walked out, that ticket got dismissed.
Yeah.
You forgot to lift the suspension. That's still got those. I got them. I'm getting those transcripts. I got a judge in Denver trying to charge me, okay, with contempt of court. My cousin said, "What? That's a contempt." I called the courthouse, and I said, "How can I be charged with contempt without being in court?" Oh, you had a ticket on. I said, "I've got my motor vehicle records from November 17th, 2017. There's no ticket from Defford. Well, it's on there now." I said, "Let me tell you something. I don't give two shits if it's on there now. Never received one. I never got, well, you didn't get," I said, let me explain something to you. Wasn't pulled over, didn't receive one. You can't just mysteriously add one to me. The judge has now been brazen enough to issue the judge without a suspension. Wait until I take the picture. It doesn't expire until 2020. Do you think New Jersey is really trying to set me up or what?
This is not looking good, Veronica. I hope that.
Okay, I got tickets from listen, Or get tickets from a seatbelt that you flip over says failure to appear. That's okay. I'm like really deep in, and I can't get anybody to help me. Instead, they're bitching because I won't help them. And I'm like, I don't. What do you want from me? I've got 2 kids begging me to get them back,
Right.
and they should have never been taken.
Right.
But here, I told Connie, I said, do you know how I find these mysterious articles that are major cases? And I said, well, I found one again. And the first 5 pages will help you bring kids home like you will not believe. Their case law is going back to 1920.
Oh.
And you cannot terminate a mother's rights, okay, and then tell her she doesn't have a say where her daughters go.
Oh, wow.
And these things, okay, I don't know. I said, I don't know where, and I said, and I emailed it to that email address that you don't really use all the time, Con.
Right.
She just thanked me for it in my messenger, because she knows when I come up with these that they're normally something good. I just emailed it to Marissa Hamilton to bring home the little girl that was burned in Arizona.
Right.
Because she's still not back with her bio parents.
Wow.
And she said, and then I emailed her freedom of speech executive order for 2 parents that got jailed for breaking the freedom of speech on post social media. You can't. I've got the executive order from Trump, and it's worked.
All right. Good.
I've got people here on Facebook using it. I said, they broke your freedom of speech. I said, just tell them, and here's the number of the executive order. You're going to scare the shit out of them. And my one girlfriend said, I did exactly what you told me. And she goes, and I know my mom's up there so proud of me. I said, good.
Good. Yeah.
But yeah, Facebook, that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're deciding what they want to be seen and what they don't want to, and it's time to stop.
They are and that's what we were talking about earlier, because there's also what Pamela Olson was talking about in June, where when parents go to their local attorney general's office and make a civil rights complaint against the Department of Children and Families, and when we get to 55 complaints in each county, that county has to then report it to the FBI and to the Department of Justice and everything. And that information is not being talked about on Facebook either. And I said, yeah, it's because they are systematically trying to keep the truth out of.
Our Attorney General won't hear anything.
Your Attorney General won't hear anything.
Won't touch it.
Wow. That's incredible.
Nope, my FBI hung up on me. Okay, I've called my U.S. attorney, and I told him how I'm being set up. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm like, I said, last time I was in jail for 3 weeks. Okay, and they knew what they were doing, but they took me to the courthouse first. How can you take someone to the courthouse and not have them see a judge? You can't. That's illegal.
No, that's illegal. Okay,
well, they took me to the courthouse, put me in the holding cell, and then took me to the jail. They broke my rights big time.
Yeah.
And I need somebody to help me write up the paperwork. I can't do it myself. There's too much, and I don't know. I can do all the other stuff, but this is criminal, and I need to have it done perfect. And because I'm taking them down, I know where. I went to with my friend that used to be Attorney General. He told me where to report the prosecutors, the special place. And he's friends with the woman. Told me, and I told him, do I tell them that you were? I said, no, Ken Abraham referred you. I said, I'm good friends with this man. I was friends with him on Facebook. I had emailed him to help me to take down the corrupt judges and all. Well, when he opened up his account on me, he invited me. So he helps me, and he's going to help me get my one mom out of Stark County Jail for $1,000.
Yeah, I have like
That's wonderful. And
I don't.
this is what I'm hearing from everybody, and for my own case and for other parents out there. We're here to start organizing. That's part of the work I've been doing over the past 2 months, is organizing and getting the information in the right places so that it's easier for parents to follow. You know, the steps are right there, and it's step by step, and we can even go through it on the Zoom chat, but we have to show each of the different documents we need to be filing and how an affidavit is written. It's specifically, I mean, here Kelly and Marge are still kind of having a difficulty understanding what it means to do that. Veronica.
Okay, because I just had a mom. Okay, ask me. It's just writing what your document is. I was married on April 28, 2001. My husband, all his paperwork says April 28, 2000. I have a marriage certificate. So you attach that to it, you take it to the bank and get it notarized. A copy. That's your first affidavit and your evidence of proof.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I do. But okay, I have a marriage certificate, but my ex-husband and I are no longer. My ex-husband and I are no longer together. And plus, we are separated and we're divorced and everything. So I have like the marriage certificate plus the divorce papers, everything, and his rights his rights were already taken. I'm taken away. He signed his rights off, so he has no legal custody of Michael.
Right, he has, Kelly, hold on, Kelly, slow down. He has what?
He signed his rights away. He signed his yeah, my ex-husband signed his rights away.
And what? Oh, because the case law that I just read in this document, and I have a friend, her name, okay, she's actually, this is what God's been bringing to me, the victim of child trafficking. And she didn't, her children were kidnapped from her, and one child was put in Michigan and one child was put in Ohio, and they were doing CPR on her, and I said, like hell they are. And I provided her with documentation, and they went in and they canceled it back in 90 days. Okay, now they're trying to do stuff, but here the judge told her not to put pictures of your kids on the timeline. She's got a friend personally going through it, and the child's being threatened.
Whoa.
So important that learn, and I was told this in 2012 by when I had to go to SODAT because I was forced to go there, and I was told by the workers, you don't post any pictures of you and your kids, because this is the lengths that they go to. That's how the pedophiles end up getting your kids, and the sex trafficking goes through. Now, I just also read October 11th, 2018, Trump is fighting human trafficking. He set up an administration in April 2018 of different departments to combat this and to protect the survivors and to prosecute defenders. And I didn't read everything, but I have it saved as my bookmark, but this is a good start.
Yes. Well, and there's also in the Department of Justice, I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
Okay, no, but I have two moms. Okay, but I have two moms that are actually, that were brought to me. Jennifer Wynn sent one to me, that are victims of human trafficking. So I'm trying to help them, and I found out that if you were in a foster care system and you were raped and stuff, you have up until the age of 38 to sue the crap out of the state and people for not protecting you as a child in foster care system.
Okay, so everybody,
I saw the law, but right now Okay, yes, I am helping a mom from Illinois right now. She's actually paying me to type up her paperwork and write up her paperwork. She happens to be staying here in New Jersey. So she got sent to me from another parent here who was actually a child of foster care growing up, and her and I became friends. So she said, I can take you to someone that can actually do this. So I got case laws and stuff. I talked to Curry Spedman from Illinois, and the father, okay, is married of 32 years with 3 other kids, and the wife made him finally leave after he was bringing his love child to their home.
Oh my goodness.
Now he yeah, so he tries to go take to Cook County and get custody. Lies, okay? I said, and he's like, she's telling me how he brought her control. I said, he didn't buy you nothing because it was never in his name. Because a married man is never putting anything in his name because his wife's going to find out and she's going to get half of it. She's like, oh, you're good. I said, oh, yeah. And when I get done, you saved up the money from working before you had that child, and you got yourself a trailer. And this nitwit makes you sell it to move in with them, thinking you're going to have a happy little family. Now, that didn't work so well, did it? And you have the same address as him. So guess what? He can go back to his wife or his other home, and that's your residence now for you and your son. You've been providing for your son for the past 13 years. Goodbye. I'm like, and now, have you ever heard of a guardian ad litem? You having to pay $750 each parent for one?
Mm-mm.
For a child?
No.
Well, that's what they're making them do.
What?
Really?
Okay, and at the top it says will be paid for, or there's another thing. So I'm trying to get them to find out about this judge, but then I have another parent come to me. Are you sure it's not this judge? And they kept posting, Jay Moss kept posting. I said, there's another judge with the same last name but a different first name. That's a domestic violence judge.
Right.
Okay, that has the same name. So she's being set up. She says, well, I talked to the lawyer in this. I said, you talked to the pretender.
Mm-hmm.
And they're telling you to just answer yes or no. That's not what you're answering. Yes, I am the sole provider for my child's special education, which I have to attend IEP meetings. The father's never been at one and not go to one. I said, this is very important because you are the only one that knows and understands. And trust me, I've taken my husband to 2. Okay, and he had me set up one meeting to call the woman a liar, and when we left, he couldn't remember why I set it up. Very important. Only you know what you're doing.
I'm
He's
sorry.
Like, oh, you do know what you're talking. I said, oh, yes, trust me. When it comes to special education, my specialty. So I just, I was in, okay, by Kathy Winters from New Jersey. She's actually going to call me Monday because she wants to know how me and my boys are doing, and she was not too happy to hear what's going on. So she must know me from SPAN, Special Parents Advocacy Network. So I'm hoping Monday I'll get it. I was told to make copies of everything. Take.
Oh.
You okay?
I had to.
Her connection is.
Yeah, I had to close my video because it was messing with the connection, and I'm still here. I just want you to know we're having some bandwidth issues. I'm out in the boondocks here. This is I'm coming to you from the edge of this country, on the western edge of this country, and we don't even have 5G anywhere here. I mean, we're cut off. This is the Lost Coast, Northern California. So I apologize for the interruption.
Okay. And I was like, okay, I need Pamela Olsen to please get in touch with me as soon as possible, because I have an investigator that's going to go into DCPP, DCFS office, and I need the exact 8 cases that's with mine that she knows that will actually explode New Jersey open wide.
Oh, awesome. Because we need parents.
I don't have that information. She knows the names.
Right, and we'll try to get in touch with her as well. This is what I was talking about with some other people, because some people have been asking about the different class action suits that are out online that are national class actions against the CPS, DCFS, and asking whether or not there's anything going on with that. I'm sorry, what?
I have a set of grandparents that are paying for an investigator. I said, I have a set of grandparents that I'm working with that are paying for this investigator, because this is what's going on with their case. They're not even named in any case, in any information, docket information or anything. The DCPP took the kids from their daughter and put the kids with them.
Huh.
But then went and kidnapped the kids from the school.
What?
I said, okay, his grandkids need to go with kinship care. And the grandfather said, well, they made it. I said, listen to me. The law right now is kinship. I showed you that my mother got kinship care payment.
Right.
But they get more money when they make foster parents.
Yes.
I've been telling Tanya Myers about this when she congratulated somebody for becoming a foster parent. I said, that's bullshit. They don't have to become a foster parent. They're grandparents, and that's where the children are supposed to go first.
Yes.
When they make them become foster parents, they're going to get more money. There's a reason behind it. I said, they went into that. Those kids were living with you for how long? A year and a half, right? I said, all of a sudden they could kidnap them because they only paid you one $500 payment. You requested where the money was that they were getting.
Right.
I said, I know their game. I know their scam.
And this is what we're saying.
So the judge said, there's not on your name.
This is what we're saying for parents all across the country, that, you know, don't give up and look for other parents who have suffered at the hands of CPS, DCFS, and get together in your states.
Grandparents.
And grandparents too. I mean, you know, we need to be working together and helping each other, and getting together in our counties for litigation against these departments and in states.
So the judge tries. This is what the judge tells them: go file for. I said, you don't fucking file for custody. You already had custody. The state put them in your custody. Okay. You don't go file for custody. You don't go file for anything. Do not touch any document. Well, it's going to be me. I said, no, because that's only going to cause more problems. I said, please listen to what I'm saying. Layla Fox and I have been doing this together since 2015. No due process, your 4th and 14th Amendment. We know exactly what needs to be written up, and the case gets dismissed. I said, trust me. I helped Layla Fox, and she just proved she was kidnapped, and she proved her 3 kids were kidnapped, and she's got a federal lawyer, and she just gave a speech in Michigan. Okay? I said, I know what I'm doing. Well, is there any other, and she's talking about this advocate in Oregon that's bringing, I said, listen, I work with advocates that understand me, and that I know what they're doing, but you cannot go in there with God-given rights.
No.
You're going to get laughed at.
Yeah.
Okay? I said, so don't listen to that, and don't bring it around me, because Rosie and I have already talked about it. Yes, it is your God-given rights, okay? And that's what is in this article. It's been known since the 1920s that they cannot just come take your children. An article happened to be, what the hell was it? CPS and police getting involved in our rights, our parental rights with our children and all. So how they're haven't been able to, they're not supposed to. And it was actually a paper by somebody that his viewpoints on with the constitutional rights. Well, first 5 pages was enough to intrigue me to see case laws that were actually case laws I've read other places. Connie thanked me. Okay, Marissa Hamilton liked it. So I know when I read stuff that other people, it's going to help. I found another
Please
mom in
send
Florida
me-
found an article and I shared it.
Please send me the article. Please send me the article.
Yeah, yes, I will. Actually, what I have somebody making a PDF for me,
Okay.
so you can actually put it right on. Okay.
All right.
I have the mom that I've been helping in Florida. She's good at. We work well together. I got told that by a mom in a grandma in Massachusetts. And when I need stuff done, I go to her and she'll make PDFs and stuff for me because I have a problem with remembering to make PDF files before I put it in my iBooks. And once it's in my iBooks, I can't get it out of there. Remember, we've discussed that before.
Right.
So, and I'm putting this mom in my CAPRA page as an administrator because she actually has her own parental rights page, and so we're going to work together.
Awesome.
I work well with people if you follow what I tell you. I seen another mom had court on Friday and they wanted her to sign paperwork that they were dismissed with prejudice and then move it to domestic. I said, do not sign anything.
No.
They have no evidence against you. You sign it, then you're in a world of trouble. She posted, I won. I said, I'm so glad you listened to me. She goes, I said, did you take a snapshot of their faces when you told them you were signing because they had no evidence? So I said, do yourself a favor, go get your transcripts ASAP and the documents.
Yeah.
So she actually has been following me, all my posts, and has all the copies made up, the timeline written up until Friday.
All right.
I said, you just made my heart so happy. I said, because I've seen people post to other people, don't worry about it. After election, all CPS offices are going to close. I said, you got to be freaking kidding me.
No, you can't say
Where
that.
are you getting this information from? I said, if you don't file the proper documentation, don't come crying when your case isn't involved. I said, Don Ruffey and I, okay, he attacked me. I said, I hate to tell you this, Don, but an executive order is useless because you cannot throw all judges in jail because we're bad without documentation and proof of evidence. Otherwise, we're just as bad as those corrupt people. He says, well, Veronica Ferguson, I'm not talking about impeachment and suing. I said, Don Ruffey, I'm not going just after the judges and the attorneys and the prosecutors. I'm going after every single person that was involved in destroying my children's lives.
And that's what we all need to be doing. Yes. Every single one of them.
I said, so if you're not into that, get away from me. Because my sets of copies moved from 3 to 10. Because I have caught the head of child study as a fake doctor for Perform Care in New Jersey. In 3 different counties. Caught her as my child's doctor in Social Security. Okay? My kids came back, but not under my name. Social Services in Camden County was behind putting them under somebody else's name for the Medicaid. That's how corrupt it is.
Wow.
Okay? But here, yet Social Services in Gloucester County sent me a letter telling me to call the state and find out why my 2 older boys were under state's custody on the state's insurance, but my youngest son wasn't on March 1st, 2012, exactly 7 days before they were kidnapped.
Mm.
So you have good ones,
Yep.
and then you find out where the corrupt ones are.
That's
Okay?
right.
So I said, what I have uncovered, and I was telling Brian Kintner, and he said, the hell with everybody on Facebook. If I were you, I'd be standing on the top of my roof screaming at the top of my lungs. But I forgot. They stole everything from you. You're in a freaking hotel room.
Yeah.
He said, so guess what? You have every damn right to be pissed off. I said, do you see how I'm being Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I said, because I'm going to be asking you and Philly Slim to come on a live with me as the only two men that have enough balls to stand by me. He goes,
Wow.
and I will. And I know Philly Slim
amen.
will too, because when I'm in Messenger and type it away, he picks up the phone. He picks up the phone. Okay, Veronica, what's going on? And he knows that I'm not his mom just friendly to me. Okay? And I was on her timeline because I just saw something I didn't like, because I actually saw this group on somebody else's live video that got sent to my Messenger that I'm not happy about.
Uh-oh. Well,
That,
we need to be
okay, that I
good.
screenshotting Facebook. Listen, I've been screenshotting stuff going on in Facebook since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes, I told somebody they were being set up. Okay, sent it to them. Sent Dr. Leon Kozlov, sent him stuff that he was being set up. Sent Nario in Florida stuff. I connected a lawyer from a case in Florida to Leanne Smith in Arizona, whose child was kidnapped from her home, to Kansas, to Connie, and to all these different people. She didn't belong there. She was, and every time a certain mom would make a post, I couldn't make them realize you got to stop. Every time you make a post, you lose visitation with your kids.
Yes, so you got to be careful what you post, that's for sure.
And I couldn't make them understand. I'm trying to do this behind the scenes because I'm seeing what's happening, because I'm screenshotting it, and I was trying to do it very nonchalantly, and she wouldn't listen to me. And here, I wasn't wrong. I saw somebody had friends that were pretending to be his friends that were setting them up in other states, and that's why I pulled Layla Fox out. But I forgot to warn her about one thing, and the person tried to drug her overdose her this year. Uh-huh. And I said, I'm so sorry, I forgot that. And she said, that's okay, because I've never seen you back down since the day you pulled me out of that group, and I'm so grateful.
All right.
I said, I said, I am for the children. I said, but I make sure the parents are good. I said, but right now, these parents aren't making me want to fight because I'm seeing too much bullying.
Yeah, and bullying is no
while
good.
You're so busy bullying, maybe you can take some time to check out my timeline and see what's happening to my kids and help me. And that's bothering Brian that I can't get any help. But I had somebody attack me that I'm telling Faye. I said, if I'm so bad, why is it that I'm considered one of the better advocates that the other advocates keep sending me people? I said, and then you asked me on your radio show, then you put me on pause because you don't like what I said.
Yeah,
I said, but you never came to apologize to me because I was right. I said, I don't have time for this.
No, and
I said, but I'm not going to sit here and watch you bully these other moms.
No,
like this. I'm not going to watch it.
It's
because
not right.
I'm tired.
So
okay, and you know what? I watched my brother bullied since the 70s. I stuck up for him. He's up in heaven. Okay, you're not going to bully my kids.
No.
But now I'm sitting here watching grown adults being bullied by these people that shouldn't have their kids.
Or
that's why you don't.
Or that don't even have
that's
their kids and could be moles. And there is a bit of that as
listening. The one mom doesn't have her child. The one mom that was attacking and bullying doesn't have her child. Okay, and would constantly invite me on her radio show, ask me to do a day, but then put me on pause because the Mondale Act, he wasn't a president. But that is what started all this.
Right.
And his exact quote was, he was afraid that he was putting something into law that was going to turn into something that's not what he wanted.
Right. And we talked about that.
She told me I was wrong.
Yeah. So I wanted to.
And I was wrong. I said,
I wanted to ask that we take a moment here now. You know, we're talking about bullying here, and this is happening everywhere in the family rights movement. And there are moles. There are people that pretend that they have children that are in the system that don't have children in the system. There are people out there who don't have their children, and there is a justification for why they don't have their children, but they don't present like that. And so it's very important that we all be cautious about who we friend on Facebook and what we put and post on Facebook. That's why we have this Zoom Parent Advocate Network channel here and some other network channels that are not Facebook channels, because we have more freedom and ability to express ourselves and share information. But again, we still are not wanting to show too many pictures of children that have been lost to the system. It's just not, it's not a good idea, especially when your case is open and you're still fighting for your children.
Okay, and then I told you, Mom was just told by a judge, advised, she has a personal friend whose life is being threatened. So this is an advised by a judge who did the right thing, closed the TPR, okay, because she has a friend going through it, okay. So I want to give I don't know the judge's name, but I want to give credit to her, and I asked this mom to come in the family forward. I said, can you please tell them what the judge told you? I said, because you need to get this out, because people aren't listening. They don't realize. I said, and nobody really understands that there are social workers that are paid to troll Facebook and people's timelines to see what they post.
Yes.
They had 900 pages of this one mom's. I said, that's illegal. Okay? It's actually illegal. They cannot use it against you, because if there's nothing bad, let's go troll their timelines.
Yep.
Because Lori Cal and I were setting up a Denise Folks who was involved with the death of a former social worker. She contacted me in Messenger. I said, I'll play B. She goes, really? I said, oh yeah, I will. Because she told me I would never get my kids back, and I had custody of my kids. I said, oh, I'll play B. But she found out I was playing B. But I screenshot the message.
Yeah.
So I've got somebody else that's telling me that my kids were taken and I was found unfit and all. She's a social worker. How did she find this information out? That's a defamation of character, and I'm going after her because she's in Gloucester Township. Okay, she's in the township that they got my case paperwork from the other township, which is a violation of my parental rights. And I found my Facebook profile in my youngest son's school records.
Oh my.
Okay, which I can't. I'm baffled. I'm baffled how I had New Jersey disability rights. Okay, and they were dumb enough to take me to court for truancy. Okay, and he thought I was going to lose, but guess what? I won. Yay. The judge is waiting for all my paperwork because they were dumb enough not to make up the 3 months that my son missed too. Tried to say, oh, your mom couldn't get you here. They're supposed to transport you by bus. Tried to say I was a Gloucester County resident. I've got the case law written up. I was a homeless resident, and I've got all the other homeless kids from the Board of Education meetings that I have the paperwork for.
Right.
And I have 1 year that they put all the special needs kids under Union Valley School District and listen to them as regular education kids. I can prove it. And I've got that year I have all, I got told this by a SPAN advocate, and she left the job after that. but she gave me all the information.
Yep.
So I had people ask me to come speak on behalf of special education parents, but here they find out I was coming. So they would set up. The lawyer literally left representing the school district. I said, I'm going to give you a friendly warning. I'm going after everyone that's harming my children.
Yeah.
You seen, I said, you tried to yell at me for calling her a lying, thief, piece of crap, told me not to speak. I said, you've seen my documentation. You've seen. He asked the guy from the Department of Education what he was going to do when I came. Oh, I ain't worried about her. He is, haven't seen her. He posts articles on LinkedIn. I said, so what's Gloucester Township going to do when it comes out that my child is supposed to stay public education? He's like, he's scared of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He friend requested my lawyer that was going to represent. I said, I'm going to warn you, my family, special education retirees. And he said, that's my warning. Get out now. I hate to take you down, but if that's what you're about, you don't care about if your child was special education, didn't get the proper education, you don't care about it, then I don't give two shits about you and your family. And he no longer represents them. Because I got phone calls when he showed up at IEP meetings.
Well,
from high school teachers that knew the laws.
Wow.
Okay, because I'm that vocal.
So
I went right on the parental board and I said,
so, I mean, the lesson here for all parents who are still feeling like there is no more that you can do to fight for your children and for your parental rights, we say there is. There is. You go after everybody that has ever injured your child.
Right now's the best time to do it.
Yes. Yes. And
Right now is the best time to do it. Martial law ends December 30th, 2018. Military tribunal is January 3rd, 2019.
okay, everybody be warned. We'll come back another time with some more information on how parents can fight for their rights and file those claims against all people who have done you wrong, violated your civil rights, harmed your family in any way. And I wanted to close out tonight's meeting with a share here, because I have been working on the coalitionforprotection.com website. That's coalitionforprotection.com. We have our parent affiliate registration form if you want to get involved in any of what we are doing, putting together the Family Rights 101 that I'm working on and some other projects that we've been working on to assist parents to get their rights back and to get their children back. And also on this page we have a invitation for parents and anybody, grandparents, aunts, uncles, anyone, to join the Family Rights Party. And we are looking for delegates in every state to establish the Family Rights Party. There is a free tutorial there as well. Excuse me, how did that happen? Oops. Sorry. And then also I wanted to share again what I have here. I have friends saying hi to me, but what I really want to share is this poll, which you can find on our page, on our Facebook group page, the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families. And we are working and organizing together to make this more user-friendly and help more and more parents, because the more parents that are helped, the sooner and faster laws will be changed and children will be reunited with their families. And so it takes a village, and this village is an enormous village, but we invite you to participate in this village, because your contribution, your energy, your knowledge,
village, not
It is.
Clay type of village.
That's right. It is our type of village. And Kelly, you have raised hand there. I'm going to give you a floor. Yes, go for it.
I was gonna say, what do I do with my case? A short.
You need to listen, Kelly. Did you hear me? 10 sets of copies
About for what?
of all your documents.
Okay.
Okay, from them taking your rights, from when you lost the custody of your child. Okay, the state took it. Okay, no, okay. I'm going to see if the PDF was made. Okay, do I have your email address?
I think so. But I can give it to you again.
Okay, yeah. What is your email address, please?
It's Kellen, Kelin,
K-E- uh-huh.
Kelin
L-I-
dash Muller Muller
Okay.
at att.net.
At att.net.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to email you this article. Okay, and within the 5 first pages, it tells you cannot terminate a mother's rights and tell her cannot determine where her daughters go. Okay, because you carried that child.
Yes.
You have more rights than people think. This article literally fascinated me, and it was a man that wrote it, okay, and it was his view, and there's laws going back to 1920, and they're the laws that actually matter.
Right.
Not any of these fancy new laws.
Those are all administrative
No
laws.
due process. Okay, it's okay, and it's actually the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
Right. We're talking
Do you
about Bill
understand?
of Rights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, they are the most important.
Okay.
Okay, and it's the 4th and 14th Amendment. If they're violated, that's all you have to prove. And I actually have documentation. It's written.
All right. So
that is written up in Texas law that you would have to. If you can get other parents in your state to work on it. Like I have case law written up in Texas to dismiss all child-related issues. If we can get parents to work together in each state to come up with the case laws for your state, I've got the documents.
And I'm working on California
know your family rights
right
and all.
now. I'm working on California right now, and I'm working with Fernando on that.
And Fernando's great. And Rosie Vincent's great, okay? But, we got to come, okay, I know I made a post one day on my Capra page asking for advocates, and they posted, but I actually had 12 different groups working on taking down the family courts in their state.
Good.
But I don't know what happened.
Well.
But I don't know what happened to my people. Nobody wants to do the work.
No,
this is the problem. They want Veronica to do the work, and Veronica quit doing the work by herself because I can't do it all.
And neither can any of us, and that's why I put that together for the volunteer positions to get everybody involved. And we need to be meeting on Saturdays. I'm thinking of changing the time to an earlier time because I know that the East Coast is late for you guys to be on the
because you're.
And I want to get everybody. I want to be able to get everybody involved. So. Again,
can
the
we
site is.
What about? How about trying? Can you try how about trying an afternoon?
Okay.
Time.
When would be? Let's see. If I
like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah. If I
here Eastern.
Yeah. So Pacific time, it would be 3. So then it would be 6 on the East Coast.
No, I'm asking 3 here Eastern. Okay.
That would mean
I can see. I can see 12. If there's something. or now I'm going to talk to people out here and see what time would be good for them to do
Yes.
it,
We
because
want everybody to
it's
test.
late at night. Okay.
Yeah. We don't want
I
it too
need
late.
parents to come together. No,
do.
and like this, but my heart was pumping of joy for this mom who literally, when I saw her post and I told her don't sign it, they got no evidence,
Right.
and she posted it, and I was so happy. And then I have a lawyer friend, Christian David Lyon from Utah, that I said, go get your transcripts and documents ASAP, because we all know how they'll change them.
Yes.
And I don't want that to happen.
No.
And I said, make a frame that says they thought they could beat me, but I won.
Right.
I said, and be proud of yourself. And that's what I try to do, give credit to these parents. But I found a troll that was using the father's rights as being causing trouble between a dad that was following everything I told him to do. They were telling the mom the father's rights were causing a problem.
Wow.
And here, and I don't know if you saw my post, I called it out. Okay,
Marge has
the mother's.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
Veronica. Marge has a question.
that's okay.
Yes. Okay, what I want to know is if I want to report the judge, if I want to report the caseworker and the guardian ad litem, where do I go and what do I do?
Okay.
The judge.
The guardian ad litem. Okay, that is I have. Okay, my attorney general friend gave me where to report all bar complaints, but there's a ethics complaint in your state. You can look it up, and there's different divisions for different courthouses. Like I know in New Jersey, there's
court website. It's going to be on your state. I believe it's the
but he gave me what he gave me is bar complaints, and he just he posted all the states for me, and it starts with New Jersey. Okay. So I can share that link.
Yeah, if you could share that link, that would be great.
I can post it on my timeline. And Marge, you always go to my timeline and get stuff. I'll post it on your tag. You can just start sharing it. Okay.
All right.
And now you need to report the prosecutor. I have the office in Maryland where to report the prosecutors, because they're behind prosecuting the cases. Okay, the case wouldn't go anywhere if they did not decide to prosecute it illegally.
Is that for Maryland? Or is that for the entire?
No, this is the office for all the prosecutors' integrity department. Okay, my friend's name is Ken Abraham. Okay, I posted his picture with his phone number. You have any legal questions? He'll help you. He's going to help me get out my mom, Melanie Wolf, out of jail from $200,000 bail. Because she was outside the courthouse Facebook Living.
Wow.
And I know, and I had Catherine Hine helping her. I had Brian Kintner helping her, and she was pissed off because they took her kids illegally over something her daughter said. Then she puts herself in the hospital for 72 hours, gets out, she gets arrested because her girlfriend sends her boyfriend a text that she never even said because she was in the hospital for 72 hours. The mom was ready to commit suicide, and I talked her out of it. And because she has a family just like mine. So I figured everything out, and Christian David Lyon said, I'm actually impressed at you. I said, I know what she's going through. And I was the only person she would trust. And I taken it upon me, I gotta help her. Everybody else was like, well, you're not gonna do it. I said, you don't understand what she's going through. their mom's keeping her kids from her. I have my kids kept from me.
Yeah. Kelly.
It's enough to drive you nuts.
Kelly,
and
go
she
ahead.
knows she didn't do nothing wrong. Sorry.
My mom has a question.
Okay.
What else? Ask Lyra.
Lyra.
If Lyra, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I know why I do that. Basically, Kirk's Law is doing 15 minutes of their second show, and you're to call in and report to people that you feel have not done right. And I want to know if that's a good idea or not, because I don't know where this leads and who this includes.
Yeah, I would hold off on that.
You know what? Okay, I'm not taking any part of that. I'm not taking any part of that because, okay, I'm pleading the fifth. I saw something yesterday that upset me highly. Okay, I'm not saying anything because I'm not happy, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay.
I do not believe that it's a good idea.
I trust Chris, but I have to keep my mouth shut now until I personally need to take care of it on my own. Right. But what I saw, I did not like. Okay. And I go to people when I see stuff happening to them, but what I saw last night, I did not expect, and I was not happy.
And I do not believe that it is a good idea for anyone to be on any kind of video calling out the people who have done you wrong, especially if you have not done any complaints yet or any of that, because it only gives that person the opportunity to come up with something or to erase something, like judges, for example, if you were to call out a judge.
And okay, when I see stuff, I screenshot everything and I go to the people and I say, you need to go take care of this. I'll say, go to, and Johnny's like, I don't talk. I said, I'm not talking about anybody. This is something being said about you. Go tackle it. And he'll be like, I tackled it, Veronica. I said, thank you. I said, because I don't like seeing it, and I try to handle it this way. Okay? But I don't like seeing it, so I'm letting you know what I see. And when I see certain people are going to not like it, when I call them out because they've attacked me in my messenger. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut right now because I don't like attacking people, but when you've attacked me and my credibility and I've done nothing but help people, we have a problem.
And we need people like you here, Veronica, and you have a lot of knowledge and information, and you've helped a lot of parents, and we want to support you in any way we can. And I still want to get together with you one of these days and put together some of the step-by-steps, because like I say, I'm working with on several different projects right now and getting it all lined up. We have people who want to be involved in different areas of assistance that I showed you the poll of in the list, and so we're getting it together. It's taken a little bit to organize, but I'm sure that we can make this happen. And those who are the naysayers, those who are saying false claims.
You know what? I don't care.
I
know what's worked. I know what's working. And I don't care. If you don't want to do it, don't come crying when your case nothing happens and you still don't have custody back. Because I have been posting on my timeline since November 2017 exactly what needed to be done.
Yep.
About the affidavits, everything.
Yep.
Okay, and Kirk would tell me, keep preaching it, and it was the rule of law. I was learning the law from Ronnie Davis in Florida. Okay, how to do affidavits back in 2015. So that's how long I've been learning to do this stuff on my own.
And it takes time,
And
but
that's why Connie,
it's what we all need to be doing now.
And that's it. Okay, I tried to teach parents here in Jersey, but they didn't want to go do any research. And I said, well, then I can't work with you.
Maybe some people like me might have a little bit more, might need more hope. Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be.
Kelly, I'm not talking about you, okay? I've tried to work with parents here in New Jersey, and I tried to explain to them about like the Clintons and how stuff goes. I got told I don't want to talk politics. I said, I'm not talking politics. I'm trying to explain to you how this all got started.
Right,
and then I asked them.
Sometimes I need someone to physically show me how to do the affidavits one by one at a time. Like you can like send me.
Okay, so what state are you in again, Kelly?
Missouri.
Missouri. Okay, let me see if I know anybody in Missouri that can actually work with you.
Okay.
That I've worked with that knows how to do, because I think I do, because I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Remember, I'm a mom of two special needs children. Okay. My brother was special needs, and he was called retarded by his kindergarten teacher. I stuck up for him my entire life. I don't like the bullying. I don't like seeing it done. And I will take my time. I was told by Catherine Hine, she's amazed at the time and effort that I take with my client, the people that I work with. But that's what you need to do. And my vet dad, John Devers, he made copies. He called the FBI. He did everything I asked him to do. And I told his wife she should be proud of what he did.
Amen.
And that's all I could say.
That's right.
I said, and you know what? If I look like the father's right, then so be it.
So what I'm sharing here now is
a
poll.
He asked me what I meant by
parents to connect in each state. And I want you to know that this poll was created through the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families. We have a lot of people signing up already. If you haven't signed up on this poll, please do. And also connect with the parents that are adding their names under these states. We need to get parents connected.
Where the hell's
locally.
New Jersey?
New Jersey is right there.
No, I'm just
right here.
Am I signed up?
Yeah,
I'm there, right?
I think so.
Yeah, right there.
Let's see.
Should be me and my 3 kids.
Who's in New Jersey? Veronica, Susan, Christine, Ty Jackson, Emily.
That's me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on top. So that's for New Jersey.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. We got a problem. We got a problem with Ty Jackson. He's using people's cases that he's got no clue about. I inboxed him, and the one mom I've been working with, okay, she's a domestic violence case. They took her daughter and she hasn't seen her in 7 years.
Wow.
I told him to remove her, and he refuses to. I said, you know what? If you don't, I said, you don't remove it. I said, I will literally out you. I said, because that's not your case. I said, I told you that I got finally got 6,000 parents to file complaints. I didn't personally file them myself, but all of a sudden you got 2,000. I said, Ty, it's not a competition.
No,
this is getting the system taken care of.
Yeah.
I said, and guess what? You're telling me your daughter was medically kidnapped? I asked you to work with me in Gloucester County, and that wasn't your concern. It was Bergen and Camden. So guess what? Do not ask me for my documents, whole day in hell. So I went to this man, and I asked him to work with me. I have a case that you see. And I have other families who I personally know their kids were kidnapped. And you don't want to work with me? Okay. I had Brian Kinner with me about Dwight Mitchell and stuff. I said, I have a mom who was sold by her parents to the husband. She's a slave. Okay? Modern day slave.
Right.
He won't help her.
Hmm.
So he's not somebody that's for all to help all the parents. And she can't take that chance because she's hiding in protection for her and her child.
Wow.
Okay, so he's not an upstanding advocate. And now he's in New Jersey, and we're the most corrupt state. Are you kidding me?
Well, that list wasn't for advocacy. That list is for all parents in the system, and it is for parents to get connected. And so, you know, I mean, if somebody, and again, here at the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families, none of us are lawyers, but we're here to help and to guide, and we are not
and protect
and we're not giving legal advice here. We're here to give you what we have done, what we have discovered. We can't be considered legal.
But when I discovered him having
lawyers, yes.
Okay, but he's taking these parents' cases and putting them under his own name as if he's taking them in a case like a class action lawsuit. He doesn't realize you can't do a class action lawsuit unless you're a lawyer.
Right.
Okay, just like Lee Kenworthy, I Was an American, was trying to charge $500 for each person to do a class action lawsuit. You can't do one. You're not a lawyer.
Well, so
okay,
you know,
you have to be a lawyer in order to do a class action lawsuit.
You have to be a lawyer, and everybody needs to be, you know, we're here to help. We're not here to be your lawyer. You know, we're here to offer information.
So I don't, listen, what I'm trying to say, I don't want people being robbed of money expecting that their case is going to go through when it can't go. It'll be denied. You're better off following, you know what I mean? Following it on your own. And I'm trying to work with Philly to see if he can, he's got a law firm in Colorado. Okay.
Yeah.
And to see if his law firm can try to connect with a law firm here in Jersey. Good. We just did a joint operation last night on the lottery out in Colorado.
Oh.
He paid for it. Okay, and it was going to fund for families being reunited. So he had us all pick numbers. So, and I said, and the first thing you're doing is getting a law firm in Jersey, right?
Awesome.
And he said, yes, Veronica. But I told him, so he had me, and I said, and he bought like $20 worth of tickets, and I said, so did we win? But he said it was to bring all Native families together and to reunite families, and that's why I love advocating with him, because he doesn't realize I asked him to work on family with me, and he doesn't see what he's doing. He's working on family with me.
Amen. Well,
right?
I want to.
He's working on alienated family.
I want to wrap this up tonight. This is a wonderful conversation. I'm glad that you were able to join us tonight, Veronica, Kelly, Marge. And I needed
to get everything out.
Yes, thank you. And I'm glad that you were able to share so much. And it's very important, the information you've shared tonight, and we'll keep on going along and doing everything we can to provide valid and pertinent information. I wanted to show you guys this page. Now, I started a ad campaign at the end of last week, and we only had 789 likes, and we didn't have a lot of people on the page. Now we have 7,512 follows, and it keeps on rising every second. I have spent, I believe, $75 at this time, and if you are interested in helping us to continue doing this work and sharing this information we share it freely. What we do, what we offer is free. We invite you to come visit our page at the www.coalition4protection.com. That's number 4.
Post it on my, listen, post it on my Capper page.
I will. I'll put it on your
Okay,
Capper page.
because
Absolutely.
I got over 400 followers just on my Capper page.
Good.
Okay, what are we doing about, I feel like there's a lot of people that are following the page and they like the page, but
Okay,
Marge,
this is what I'm going to do.
I
can write up
advertising campaign that I have worked out. I went and I spent money and studied it, and this is what I've started to do, and it's going to go further. Again, we're doing this in bits, and we're going to be offering free paperwork and information.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people who like the page. And is there some way we can tell them, thank you for doing it? That's all I want to know.
Yes, and
That seems like we have a way to do things.
I sent them a post saying thank you, and also thank you for helping us reach 7,000, and please be sure to refer friends and increase our consumer base. We're bringing people in that not only parents who are in the system, but people who know nothing about CPS. The way I put this advertising campaign together was to be the most broad and to offer the most exposure, to bring people of all different age groups in to learn about these tragedies that we parents have been facing for years. All right, thank you, Veronica.
Guess who I'm connecting with in New Jersey? Veterans for Child Trafficking.
Wonderful.
Okay, I got asked to help with it. And I've asked Connie Rigoli to please come out and speak. Now, this man told me, well, that's not what we do. I shared Terry LaPont and Jennifer Wayne. It's better than saying sex trafficking. He said, oh, my. I said, you don't realize trafficking is involved with our children being kidnapped by CPS.
Right.
I would like our organization to meet and work together. I said, I've seen the amazing work you do. I have a woman I'm associated with, an advocate, Marissa Hamilton in Arizona, that works with the Veterans for Child Trafficking.
Right.
I said, she can vouch how they work together. I said, so I'm asking you to bring public awareness. I have a federal advocate attorney. And Connie said, yes, I will come out and speak. Jersey,
Great.
yes, I will do it.
Amen.
She said, that is amazing. So it's time to bring public awareness
Yes.
to it.
Yes.
Okay. And I could not think of a better way to do this. And I had people, and that's when I got attacked.
Well, and so we're going to be
posting
those announcements when you get Connie there to speak. We're going to post that announcement. We have Karen Riley, and we have myself and other parents.
Karen and I know each other quite well.
So I think you're actually added as a team member, but I will double check on that because you can post as representing the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families on our page there, and you can put your specific information directly there, and also the events when you get the Connie to come and everything. So
I have tons of challenge venue. I have tons of word documents already typed up. Okay. I don't know how to get them to you to put where you can put them so people can get them.
Well, I can.
I have the federal advocate the federal advocate retaliation law?
Uh,
You can't be retaliated for being a federal advocate. I've got that typed up. My veteran grandpa in Montana was thrilled that I was able to share it with him because he's fighting for Montana human trafficking grandchildren out there. He's got a reporter reporting everything. He's actually got Pacific judges helping him now
wow.
because he was to see that warrior mom was looking or eating healthy. It's great. I love it because there's people.
Thank you, Veronica.
So, and it's and I just want, if I can get these are all in, I can just send them to you through your email. I don't know if you can make them PDF. I don't know. I've got them all my word perfect, and I can just email them to you.
I can make them. Okay, I gave you my real address, but I'll give you my email address. Sorry.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, but I can't even get to the mailbox for myself.
All right.
Now I have your address.
Yeah. Well, thank you, both of you, for joining tonight. And we had another woman who came on, but her connection, she was driving and it didn't work. I think we're going to revisit the time. I'm not sure that 12 for me is a good time, but I'm going to sit on it for a little bit.
Well,
we want to get...
We'll figure out some...
Yeah, we want to get...
I want to get more people.
Yes. We want more parents to join us, and so we're
and
get it to an earlier time so that East Coast doesn't have to be up so late, because I know Marge here, she's ready to go to sleep, and it's pretty late. And so thank you all for joining tonight. I appreciate it.
I'm just going to find out.
So if you can get in touch with Pamela and tell her that I have a set of grandparents that have hired a detective. I need the case names so we can get the files.
Okay. I will.
She told me there's 8 specific cases.
Yeah.
That, including mine, that are media. Okay. But I need to know, and I need to know exactly what she knows. Okay. I know I found the domestic violence case. My brother-in-law called the day when he knew I was a victim. So he had domestic violence call me October 2011. That's what she's saying. Okay. So they explained to me and stuff, and I said, I got a crowbar by my front door. I'm not worried about him. Sister shows up, I'm pounding her in the head.
No. We don't need to broadcast that.
But listen. But listen, I already had him take me to Kennedy Crisis in 2004. They informed me to rip up the paperwork. I was being gaslighted then. Wow. Okay. So this was set up and planned. And here, I think God has me getting pregnant in 2005 with David, and then again with Matthew at 40 to keep us together.
Yeah.
No, it's because my husband comes home drunk But I tried. I did everything the right way. And I did what I could for our children. But he made one mistake. He was beating David for not stopping crying. And he hit me. And David said, Mommy, Daddy hit you. Yes, he did. Get out. Because that's all he ever had to do.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And I made a post that mental abuse is the worst because you pray that they'll hit you. Because they know that's the only thing they have to do for you to finally make them leave.
Kelly, yes.
And I've had David Henry from Florida. He says,
Veronica, can Kelly cut in? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
My mom has a
I just wanted to say that I wasn't going to sleep, but I feel like there's some things we didn't get a chance to share. And I just, with everybody, and I'm just kind of lost on how to handle the problem.
Okay, and I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. It's just I know that it's late there, and we've been having a very good conversation here, and it's hard to get all of the questions answered in a 2-hour meeting, but that's about all I can do for my own health, and so that's why I cut it off at 2 hours.
Yeah, and I'm being, like I said, I'm being paid to do this woman's paperwork, and I have to get it done.
Right.
Because it's the first time I'm having someone actually pay me for my services. And I know people I said, but you don't understand. When you're writing up the paperwork and you're typing it, that's what's supposed to happen.
Right.
Okay? And she doesn't know what to do. And I do. So I'm actually helping her get her child back that should have never been removed from her.
And
I said,
you are,
and that's what
all of
certified advocates.
Yes, and we are here to ask for, your donation. If you want to become a volunteer, this is our registration form, and the website again is coalitionforprotection.com, and we are continuing to give as much information as we possibly can to help all of the parents and families out there, because children deserve to be with their biological family, no matter what.
Yes, they deserve to have both good, loving parents in their lives.
Yes, but they deserve to be with biological family, even if the parents are not able to care for the children. Those children have every right to be with family, and it's imperative that we keep that. That's so important for our children to be with family. And
okay, I found law here in Jersey that when they keep charging me all these stupid surcharges and all, that's supposed to go for disabled housing, special needs housing. I can't find any here in New Jersey. I applied for housing help in 2013 with me and my 2 disabled boys with autism, and we still don't have any.
Wow.
So my form of relief I'm requesting is them to purchase us a house, since I had 2 homes and lost them both. And my vehicle, you're going to buy me a vehicle too, so I can get my kids around properly.
Amen.
And someone said, I said, they tell you to put what your type of relief is. I said, that's not all my relief, because I'm filing my paperwork for them to be criminally charged too.
Yeah.
And I told Jennifer Wynn, I said, and they're going to be behind bars, no visitation from their children or grandchildren, and what pension? You stole it.
Right.
From us taxpayers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
keep up the good work, Veronica. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for sharing all of your valid and important information. We need more of that. And for all those parents out there who feel at a loss, feel like there's nowhere to go, nothing more they can do, guess what? There is, and we will try to help you as much as we possibly can, everywhere we possibly can help you. God bless you all. Good night.
Yep. God bless. Good night.